Hello everyone, Octagon here, and as many of you know, Halloween the game is coming soon. However, it has been met with some skepticism due to the involvement of Gun Media, publisher and developer of the ill-fated Texas Chainsaw Massacre, worrying that it may suffer from the same troubled lifespan as the latter. However, Halloween the game, despite not being released yet, already seems to have circumvented many of the issues that caused the downfall of the former. For starters, Gun is only the co-publisher of the game, with the main publishers and developers being Illphonic, who have had a much better track record than Gun. While their first game, Friday the 13th, ended support prematurely, that was mainly due to legal issues out of their control. Illphonic's other games, however, have had longer and healthier lifespans. Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed is still up and running, and got 3 years of post-launch content updates, and Predator Hunting Grounds is still getting occasional updates 6 years after launch. Assuming no legal issues happen, Halloween will likely receive support similar to the previous games that I mentioned. In fact, Halloween the game already seems to be launching with more content than the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre launched with just 3 maps, 5 survivors, and 5 killers, with 3 killers and 4 survivors added as paid DLC, and 3 maps for free over the next year and a half. In an interview this year, West mentions on how much of the game's budget was being taken up by a substantial investment in motion capture, which now feels could have used for more content. Since Halloween the game is based around one killer, unlike the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is based around family dynamic, it likely won't have as much of the budget being taken up by motion capture, which is further proven by Halloween launching with much more content than the former. Not only has Halloween the game been confirmed to have 6 survivors original to the game, but the original cast of victims from the 1978 classic are confirmed to be coming as playable characters, adding 4 survivors to the game, plus 2 extra characters if you get the digital deluxe edition, making a total of 10 to 12 playable survivors at launch, passing the number of survivors that Texas Chainsaw Massacre had by the end of its lifespan. While you could argue that there's much less killers to play with than the latter, Michael has been shown to have a much more powerful and versatile moveset, not to mention a wide variety of weapons, perks, and executions that could be unlocked by progression, which should more than make up for the lack of multiple killers. Another feature the Texas Chainsaw Massacre lacked was unlockable cosmetics and challenges. The progression for cosmetics was rather underwhelming for the most part, with each survivor having recolors of their default outfits unlocked by playing a handful of matches, and a black recolor unlocked for reaching level 99, while different outfits were locked behind paid DLC. Because the level was capped at 99, most hardcore players were stuck on level 99 after a couple months of playtime, giving them not as much to play for aside from leveling perks. Promises on long-term progression earlier in the game's lifespan, such as unlockable in-game currency to get downloadable content and a higher level cap, were broken a year later. Halloween the game has not only unique-looking alternate outfits unlocked by completing progressive challenges in-game, but unlockable profile pictures and backgrounds, and in-game currency, which are non-existent in the former. Upon writing this, the trophy list for Halloween the game was recently uploaded online, with one trophy indicating a prestige mode, which should greatly help mitigate the level cap issue Texas had. Another issue in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was matchmaking. Due to the game requiring each player to choose a unique character, people would often leave due to not being able to play as the character they wanted, not to mention it taking a longer time to get into a game as a victim, because of the low amount of people playing family. Halloween the game has confirmed that duplicate characters and matches will be allowed, meaning that people will be able to play as any character they want. While having duplicates of the same character in one match may slightly harm the immersion, it will definitely help improve the matchmaking. Plus, the game will only have one killer required to start a match, who will likely be picked out of a draw, meaning no having to wait for someone to queue up as a killer. With all this in mind, I think it's safe to say that Halloween the game will almost certainly have a better and longer life cycle than the ill-fated Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. Let me know in the comments what you guys think.